everyone, I welcome you all to today's class. It's me, Ankita Pokharel. In today's video, we'll learn the uses of countable and uncountable noun segregated by much and many, along with the uses of a and an as articles. Let's begin the class now.
Okay kids, so now we are going to learn about countable and uncountable nouns and how to use the words much and many with them. First, let's talk about countable nouns. So countable nouns are the things we can count. For example, we can say 1 apple or 2 apples because we can count the number of apples individually, right? Now, when we want to ask about the quantity of countable nouns, we use the word many. For example, when I have to ask what number of apples are there, so what will I say? I'll say, how many apples do you have? So many gives us the answer to the question how many in number, okay? Likewise, let's talk about uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are things we cannot count individually. For example, water, sugar. Can you count this? No, we cannot count them individually. We need a measurement, right? So when things cannot be counted individually, they are termed to be uncountable nouns. And when we want to ask about the quantity of uncountable nouns, we use the word much. For example, if I have to ask about the quantity of water, how will I ask? I'll ask, how much water do you need? So let's do a quick review. For countable nouns, we use many. And for uncountable nouns, we use much. Alright kids, here are some blanks given, and in the blanks we need to fill in how much or how many according to the appropriate nouns. So number A, dash languages do you speak? Can you count the number of languages? Yes. So for the countable nouns we use how many. For all the countable things we use many, right? Yes. Dash days are there in a week? Again, we can count the number of days, so we write how many days are there in a week. Dash English words do you know? Can you count words? Of course we can. Again, the answer is how many. Number D, dash do you love me? So is it how many do you love me or how much do you love me? Can you count love? No, we cannot count love individually, so we use how much. Number E, dash coffee do you drink? So can you count coffee in number individually? No, we cannot. For the uncountable things we use how much. Let's move on to the articles a and an. These articles are used with singular countable nouns. So when you know what are countable nouns, it's going to be easy for you to do the work. Alright, so a and an are used with singular. Singular means only one. Singular countable nouns. We use a before words that begin with a consonant sound. Do you know consonant sounds? Are all the sounds that we have in our alphabets except for the letters A, E, I, O and U. So all the letters remaining in our alphabets except for A, E, I, O, U are consonant sounds. Vowel sounds, the sounds that come within A, E, I, O and U are vowel sounds. So here you have to be smart enough to understand that we check the sound of the initial letter. Okay, the initial sound of the first letter. For example, book. So what is the sound we get when we pronounce the word book? The very first sound, B. It comes within a consonant sound. So we use a book. Likewise, same is the case with a car. What's the first sound when we pronounce the word car? It's K. So does it come within A, E, I, O, U? No, it does not. So except for all the letters, the sounds of the letters that come apart from A, E, I, O, U, we use a car. Please remember, It's the sound that matters and not just the letter. So here we need to be smart enough to understand that it's the sound that matters and not just the letter. Just because there is a consonant letter in front of a word does not mean that we are going to give the article A in front of it. The sound could be different. So you have to be careful and then use articles A and and wisely. Likewise, talking about the use of an, we use an before words that begin with a vowel sound. So all the words that has the sound of A, E, I, O, U as letters are vowel sounds, right? So we use an before words that begin with a vowel sound. For example, when you say umbrella, what's the first sound that you create when you say the word umbrella? Ah. So we use an as it comes within the vowel sound. Likewise, if I have to say honest boy, what is the first sound we create when we say honest? Ah. See here, though the letter is a consonant letter, its sound with this word is a, which is within the vowel sound. So whenever the first sound of the word is within the vowel sound, then we automatically use an before the word. It's an honest boy, because the sound of honest is, the first sound is a, which is within the vowel sound. So let me repeat it again. It's the sound that matters, not just the letter. For example, we say an R because R starts with the sound of a vowel, right? R, ah. It starts with the sound of a vowel, even though it begins with the letter H. So we need to be smart enough to determine the initial sound of the word and not the letter. Okay? So let's summarize what we have learned today in very short. Countable nouns can be counted and we use many with them. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted individually and we use much with them. We use the article A before words that start with a consonant sound, and we use article an before words that start with a vowel sound. So kids, So kids, as you see on the screen, there are 2 assignments provided. In the first part, you'll have to put 10 items each in the correct column. That means 10 items for how much and 10 items for how many. Remember, for the things that can be counted, we use how many, and for the things that cannot be counted individually, we use how much. Likewise, in the second part, we have 5 questions given and you'll have to complete the given sentences with a or an. Use the rules of a and an and fill in the gaps given. How did your class go today? If you have any suggestions or feedback, feel free to reach out to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.